Hey y'all, it's Sandy here at the Lewanika School, and today we're going to learn all about your white key major pentatonic scales and a few chords. So grab your keyboard and let's go! Hi, my name is Sandi Lewanika, and I am the founder and the owner of the Lewanika School. And today we are building a strong foundation. It's all about technique. So I'm going to show you how to build a major pentatonic scale. If you want to continue to learn more about the piano, just make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can learn more with us. Let's go. Okay. So, I know this looks like class, and I promise you it won't be cringeworthy. But I do want to go over how to build a scale using half steps and whole steps. So firstly, I'm not going to read verbatim from this sheet, but there are a few points that I want to note on our worksheet here. If you see the black keys, as you can see on the keyboard, those black keys make sharps and flats. So our sharp sign looks like a hashtag or a number sign. And our flat sign, it just looks like a kind of like an italicized B. So sharps go up. So when you go, so say you have C and you want to go to C sharp, sharps take us up. So this will be, you can see it says D flat, but it also would be C sharp. So sharps go up, flats take us down. So if I wanted to go to D flat, I would go down to the black key, not up. So that will be important maybe a little bit later, but for now we're gonna, at least you know about the black keys a little bit. Okay, so we use half steps and whole steps in piano. For our major scale, you have a whole step, half step, whole step. And I'm going to review that again. But I want to show you how to make a whole step and how to make a half step. Half step is the next key. So if I want to go a half step up, I would go to the next key, which is right adjacent to this note. Is up. Is a black key. These are all, the black keys are all considered keys too. So you go half step, I'll go up. And if I want to go a half step from this black key, the next key would be this white key. All of these are half steps. To make a whole step, you are going to take 2 half steps. So you're going to go here, and then you're going to go. That means from C to D is a whole step. So from C to D is a whole step. Whole steps, if you don't want to think like 2 half steps, whole steps have a note in between. So in between these 2 white keys here is a black key. In between these 2 black keys here is a white key. And that's a whole step. The difference is when you get to, say you get to E and F, as you see on our worksheet, E, F, B, and C. Remember, E is here, F is here. So ask yourself, is there a note in between E and F? No, there is no note. So this would be a half step because it's literally the next note. B and C is the same way. So there a note in between? Nope, there's no note. I can go straight to C. I don't have to go to a black key. So, those are half steps. Remember, you go right to the next note. If it's a black key, you go up or down. If there's nothing in between it, it's a half step. Like these, there's no note in between that. All of those, okay? So hopefully that clears half steps and whole steps in a very simple way. And if you have a question, just put it in the comments and I will definitely respond. So, there we have half steps and whole steps. Okay, so remember I said to make a major scale, you need a whole step, half step, whole step. And this is very important because when I go over the minor scales, it's a totally different sequence. So you have whole step, half step, whole step. And we already learned the C scale. In the G scale. So I want to break down how do you make those, because I want you to know the difference between a major scale, major pentatonic scale, and a minor pentatonic scale. And I keep saying pentatonic scale because a full scale has 8 notes. It goes from C to C or D to D or D to E. So it goes from the first note back to that first note. And the pentascale is literally 5 notes, and it's just getting us started. So if I take the C scale, if you look on the worksheet again, from C to D is a whole step. From D to E, is there a note in between? Ask yourself that again. Yes, there is. There's a black key. That is a whole step. From E to F is a half step. And then from F to G, there's a note in between there. And it takes 2 half steps to get there. So that is a whole step. So whole step, half step, whole step. And literally, if you remember this sequence, you can either remember this sequence or just remember like where the scales are. But if you remember this sequence, it'll be a lot easier just to be like, okay, I can make any major scale on any key. So if we do G, which we already know, so remember G position, use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have whole step, half step, whole step. Okay? Alright, so let's just learn all of the major white keys. And then in another video, I'll teach you the minor white keys, and I'll also teach you the major and minor black keys. But today, we're just focusing on the white keys. So, how you should practice these is very slowly. Take one hand and then put them together. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to start on C. Left hand. And then you put hands together. Right? After you do that, I would love for you, so that you can continue building those chords and learning chords, take your 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. So you go 1, 3, 5, 3, 1 together. Okay? So you have That is the sequence you should practice. So we have what we call a metronome, and you can actually Google metronome. It's METRONOME. This is going to help you keep the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to keep the tempo, because you want to be as consistent as possible. Okay, so we know C. Let's go to D. I'm just going to take it up. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. D is a little different. Remember, I said whole step. Whole step. This one is weird. I have to press a black key to make a whole step. So we have F, E. I said F. This is definitely D. D, E, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp, E, D. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, together. So remember, whole step, F to E to F sharp is a whole step. And then F sharp to G is a half step. G to A is a whole step. Whole step, whole step, half step, whole step. Okay. And I'm actually... So I switched my screen so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about when I say I have to press a black key. So we just did D major. If you go to D major, if you point to D major on this screen here, it is 1, 2, 3 from this left column. So we have D, E, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp, E, D. D, F sharp, A, F sharp, D, together. Okay? Now we're going to go to E major. So E is also a little bit different. You have whole step. Remember, E to F is a half step. We want to make it a whole step, so we have to do 2 half steps. So E to F, and then F to the next black key, which is F sharp. So we go F, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E. And then we go 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, together. Okay, kind of getting the sequence now. Remember, you can also do hands separately. Right hand, left hand, hands together. That's also a very good way to practice. Let's go to F. F, G, A, B flat, C, B flat, A, G, F. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Together. Then we go to G, which we are pretty familiar with over here. I have a lot of videos before this one that talk about G. So G, A, B, C, D, C, B, A, G, G, B, D, B, G, together. And this way you're learning the chords as well. You're learning all of the major chords. So A is next, And there's A. A, B, C sharp, D, E, D, C sharp, B, A. 1, 3, 5. Together. So A kind of looks like D position, D major, because you just have one black key. B is another strange one. So you're gonna go, remember we have to make a whole step, half step, whole step. So from B to C sharp is a whole step. C sharp to D sharp is a whole step. Then we have to make a half step. So we go from D sharp to E, which is the next key, E to F sharp. So we have B, C sharp, the black key, D sharp, the black key, go to E, the white key, F sharp, the white key. Okay. So on the app that I'm using, they use flats instead of sharps. So it may sound like I'm saying a different notes, but it's actually the same note. It's just called something else. And we can talk about that later too. But just in case you're wondering if I am playing the wrong note, I'm not. It's just that they have flats and I'm using sharps, which is the correct way to identify the specific scale. Okay, so now we know all of our white key scales and the major chords. All right. So I know this video was a little bit more like in-depth and talking about theory and technique more, but when you get your scales down, that's when you can get rocking and rolling. You want to build a strong foundation first. So if you have to rewind, go back and watch it, practice it. Remember, practice hands separately, right hand, left hand, or left hand, right hand, and then together, and then do 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. All right, so that is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to come back and talk about the minor scales too, which is a totally different makeup. So make sure you get the whole step, half step, whole step down, and then we can talk about the minor scales coming up next. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and get those notifications so that you can learn more with me. I am so happy that you joined us today. Don't forget to leave a comment, raise your hand, thumbs up. If you have a question, just put it in the comment section. And I'll see you next time. Bye.